Hello everybody, welcome back to Geoguessr. Let's do another world map. I'm once again being joined by Styles RJ. Say hello.
Hello everyone, tipping scales and
All that smooth jazz. Speaking of jazz, let's kick some music.
yeah.
Alright, world map.
At least not the smooth jazz from Portal.
I think that's copyrighted.
Well, the smooth jazz also has a full song. Like it doesn't just play for like a few seconds and crashes. It actually has a full song.
So they actually bothered to put in a full tune.
Yeah.
So that's
I
what
think
was
it's on the
that?
soundtrack somewhere. Okay,
A harvester of some kind.
That's a weird harvester. It's gathering ore at Tiberium. Or is it collecting human souls?
From a cornfield? Sure.
Well, you know how when people I can't remember that Twilight Zone kid's name, but he banishes people to the cornfield when they are negative towards the kid.
Okay.
You never heard of that one?
I don't think so. I'm not that well versed with the lore of those games.
Okay, it's a common thing, like the guy who breaks his glasses when he is the last man on Earth, that kind of thing. Like he reads a lot of books. Everyone hates him for reading books, and then he locks himself in a bank vault. Nuclear war happens. He wakes up. He comes out of the bank vault. The entire world's destroyed, and he's giving up in despair. Then he finds a library, and he's like, "Yes, I can read." And then his glasses break.
Wow.
And then he yells, "It's just not fair."
Well,
But honestly, I think he can just find a surviving optometrist and go take their glasses, or read large print books. I think
There you
Futurama
go.
did that one. I think Futurama did that one with the as soon as his glasses break, he comments how it's not fair. He's like, "Oh wait, my eyes are not that bad. I'll just read the large print books." His eyes fall out. Okay, at least I can read Braille. His hands fall off and he screams and dies.
And
And all Bender says is, cursed by his own hubris.
poor guy.
Yeah, he just wanted to read. Then you got that weird one set in the fourth dimension or whatever. The Simpsons also parodied.
Cheshko.
Jay,
French? Yeah, it could be French.
yeah. So the harvester could be a wine harvester? No, wait.
I
Grape
don't think they
by
use
hand.
those for grapes.
Yeah, I'm just thinking. Wait, so how does a vineyard harvest its grapes? Do they just hand pick it, or do they actually have a machine for it?
I think most of it is still hand-picked. Grapes are pretty, quick to
No, so there's no
turn to
machine.
mush.
You pick up all the cheap grapes for the cheap swill.
Not a wine connoisseur myself. I don't drink the stuff. Ugh.
Well, I'm not a wine connoisseur either. Apparently, the whole thing about wine tasting, though, is all in the mind.
That's gotta be weird though. Ha! This tastes horrible. No, it actually tastes great.
This is a horror. I'm guessing this is the cheap swill. Show the label. Oh no, it's a high-end wine. It was just in a cheap-looking bottle. Ah.
Well, ooh. Valence.
I'd say it's somewhere in France.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that they use half kilometers though. I've never seen that before.
You sure it's half kilometers and not more? Actually, no, America. Only America and I think Ecuador, isn't it? America and
Yeah, Ecuador isn't in. Apparently, the United Kingdom also uses miles, which surprised me.
well, they have milestones. They kind of start the whole imperial system. I mean, this is England we're talking about. England is the.
Yeah, but they use metric for everything else.
Well, I'm just saying, England started the imperial system, so they kind of have dibs on it.
Now the problem is, France did have overseas colonies, meaning we could be in Corsica, although I don't know if they speak French there.
Could also be in Numia, for all we know.
I have no idea where that is.
They're in the Pacific.
I don't
Pacific
think.
Island.
I think this is going to be a bit too big to be an island, though. Can we find if they are using these yellow things for? Yeah, they're using the yellow things. All right.
172.
I could be looking for that for quite some time, though.
Yeah, 'cause they're everywhere.
It
Enemies
goes
everywhere.
up to the 900s.
It's over 900.
Ugh.
And the numbers are scattered everywhere. How are you supposed to navigate this place without GPS?
Well, they used to back in the days.
What I'm saying is, remember was to confuse their enemies, stop the English from trying to take over.
D134. That's pretty close, though. How long are we on this? Ah, a little over 5 minutes. Screw it. I'm just gonna put us here.
All right, and it's
300 kilometers.
I guess that works.
Yeah, it works. I mean, every time I get over 2,500, I'm content. Good location, though.
Yep, I guess.
Don't say Victoria again.
Yeah, looks like Victoria.
I don't know, that doesn't look English, though.
Well, you never know. It could just be an art project.
Could be, yeah.
Could be a product from IKEA.
Now we're driving on the right as well, so I don't think we're in Victoria now.
Yeah.
So where could this be? Driving on the right. Well, now we need to find a speed limit.
I'm going for the United States because they got weird names for art projects and stuff.
Yeah.
And they drive on the wrong side of the road.
Well, let's not get into that too much.
And if you see a roundabout, then you know it's not the United States.
Really?
Well, the thing is, the United States has a huge lack of roundabouts.
Well, yeah, probably.
Because they're a very car-based country.
Establissimento Italy.
No, to me it says tail.
I think yeah. This could be Italy then, or like blah blah blah. What's that called again? Like
Sicily.
Yeah, although I don't.
Or the other place, the ball. Actually, no. What am I thinking? They say, is it like my Italian language teacher? He said that Italy looks like a boot kicking a ball.
So we're looking. I can see the boot. Everybody can see the boot, but the ball.
Yeah, I know that the ball.
Rather weird shaped, isn't it? So, you guys get taught about Europe then?
Well, I did. The only class, like in high school, the only language class we had was Italy. It was like Italian.
So you know basic Italian.
Yeah, like buongiorno. Well, sorry, it's evening. So buonasera. Mi chiamo Staza J. Come stay. Which I think means how are you?
Yeah.
Buonasera, come stai? I don't think I know enough Italian to say which way to the train station.
Which apparently everybody needs to know, even though we're probably all driving cars. No, we need to know how to ask for the railway station because.
Well, the railway station's important. Trains are a good way to travel across. Plus, I like trains.
Yeah, I have to have a hard time looking at those without even grinning, I think. What the hell is this guy doing?
Yeah, we got some guy on a tractor.
Dude, this road goes on for miles on end. You're never gonna get done.
Well, he's maybe he's got several tractors and got several other people working on the fields further up or something.
Who knows? Wait, was that a Vespa?
Probably Italy then.
That's what I mean.
Wait,
no. I think Italy, but this could easily be a false positive, though. We got one sign saying Italy, but...
It was a Vespa, though.
Was that a Vespa?
I don't know. I mean, does Italy have, isn't Italy got a lot of those bikes running around?
Yeah, but that one we passed by was definitely not a Vespa, though.
Yeah, okay.
This could be a big mistake if
faint.
I go. No, I don't think so. Can we see the sun somehow? There it is, and it's in the north-ish, I think. That looks like that's where the sun is, right? Yeah, that's.
I don't know. It's a weird place.
It could be there too. Jeez. This is a weird
What
place.
Are you sure this is on Earth?
Ah, now you're asking the big questions. Well, I did pick world, so, you know.
Maybe pick a different world.
Kudos to the Google wagon for getting there, then. You just want to go Italy, then, because this ain't gonna get any better.
Yeah, somewhere near Rome.
No, I don't think it's near Rome. I think there's too much... foliage for that. I'm looking for like a place that could be rather desolate, like the place between Florence and Rome, perhaps. I don't know.
Okay.
Somewhere with little roads. So let's go here, I think.
Let's go for it.
Ah, it was frickin' Argentina.
Wow. That far off.
Talk about a false spot. Why the hell would there be a sign with Italy on it in the middle of frickin' Argentina?
I didn't think it was actually. I didn't really like. I said it. I think I said it looked like tail.
That could be too, but I wasn't gonna get much shot of this anyway. Bad location. 1 star.
I mean, then again, the delivery truck that says Geelong on it makes you think, oh, it's in Geelong, and it turns out not really.
Well, delivery trucks are always a bit spotty.
It's a weird phone.
Yeah,
I mean,
I've
what are
seen
those
them
things?
before, though.
Yes. What is that contraption over there?
Payphones. I don't think we have payphones in our country anymore.
Oh, I wonder how Clark Kent now can change into Superman.
Porta potty.
It's true. So when danger comes along, he's like, "Oh man, I really got to go," and runs to the porta potty.
That monster's working
on
my bowels.
And then Lois rolls her eyes and is like, "That Clark, I told him not to eat. Told him not to eat a Taco Bell."
Imagine him losing his glasses, though. Everybody would know he's Superman.
Actually, there's a 5-second film about that one where Clark's walking along, trips over, his glasses fall off, and this guy says, "Oh, let me help you with that. Wait, are you Superman?" Clark quickly looks around and zaps him.
Wait.
But honestly, Clark Kent and Superman are distinctly two different people in terms of Clark Kent wears clothes, has a slouch, wears really baggy clothes, and has the glasses. So even if Clark loses his glasses, you're not going to see him as Superman because you're like, he looks enough like body language.
Yeah, but I mean, come on, how much of a disguise is a pair of glasses? I mean, you recognize people more over their face than you anything else.
Well, that's the thing.
Right?
Well, that's just the thing, though, is that you can see someone who looks like a celebrity and know, but you're not going to say, "Hey, are you that celebrity?" Because chances are they're not.
Well.
But the thing about Clark Kent, he's a mild-mannered reporter who, wears he wears really baggy clothes, so you can't see his muscles.
Yeah.
And also it also looks like loose fitting, so it looks like he's not.
So basically, what you're saying is Superman can never go swimming.
Pretty much, Clark Kent can't go swimming.
Well, yeah, but.
Yeah. Or go to the beach and relax.
Can that man even get a tan? Whoa. Ah, crap.
That's the thing, though. Wild Clark Kent. I say Russia.
Yep. Fudge.
Wild Clark Kent want to go to the beach.
To peep on other people. Maybe he's a perv and we don't know it.
I'm just saying, Wild Clark Kent want to go to the beach. That's probably Lois probably knows that.
Yeah, but what if he gets invited?
Well, he wouldn't bring his swimsuit. He'd be sitting on the shore, I guess. Just standing on the shore saying, "Sorry, guys,
yeah,
I don't really
perfectly tailored suit, 500 degrees outside. Yep, I'm fine with this. I don't need to take anything off.
Yeah, yeah, that's Clark Kent for you. Oh man, Clark Kent wants to dress for the occasion. Wants to not dress for the occasion.
Oh, what am I doing here?
Look for a 70.
70. Come, that's They don't even have roads.
Well...
And, as I've been told by somebody, these road signs might even be completely false with current day maps, so... Yeah.
Apparently there's some roads in Russia that are just like, made of ice. And it gets really, really muddy and your car can get stuck, can get sunk in it in the summer.
Alright, looking at the trees, we've got stuff that seems to be good against cold weather, so I'm gonna put us somewhere here. And then it's gonna turn out that we're actually somewhere over there. Yeah.
Wow.
Could be worse. We're actually on the border with Finland.
And Estonia.
Yeah. Look at that.
Wow.
Ooh.
And
South America.
like... I was gonna say, yeah, okay.
South America.
The architecture.
Yeah, pretty much that and Spanish/Portuguese language. I still have trouble getting the difference between. I know a few things, but you have to find those things first.
Well, Spain and Portugal are quite close together.
San Jerónimo de Juárez.
Okay, I'll say Mexico.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far.
Well, the thing is, thinking of the game Call of Juarez and somewhere in somewhere in Mexico.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't go that far. It could be that we're indeed there, but although they are using Sao here instead of San. But let's see if we can find a road sign. I've learned a little trick to help with that.
That's a road sign up there, or it could just be a store sign.
Nah, I need a. That's not helping in the slightest.
And it's a menu. I've seen a few of those in the Pacific Islands.
What menus?
Oh, as in you walk past the store, you walk past some shops, and then you see what they serve outside, and it's like, oh, kebabs. Or, well, kebabs are what they call it in Turkey, and everywhere else they call it souvlaki or something. It's meat wrapped in a kind of like it's like a burrito.
Yeah, I know. We have people selling that.
Oh,
yep, you're right. We're in Mexico. There's the flag.
Yep. Unless, of course, someone decides they want to wave a Mexican flag in their house.
Oh, I had that happen once. What was it? It was, I think it was a American flag somewhere in New Zealand, I thought. I was like, oh, we're in America. I just took a guess. Nope, New Zealand. Acapulco.
False positive. Acapulco.
200. I think that's a bigger. Is that?
That's Mexico somewhere.
Yeah, there it is. Acapulco.
So 200 and San Geronimo should be.
Well, there should be 200 here somewhere. If there it is. Okay. 200 San Marcos, San Juan 20. What are we looking for again? San Jerónimo.
Las Vegas. That is a Las Vegas.
Juan and Alvarez. Buenos
San Geronimo.
Aires.
Wait, up there. I see it.
Oh,
San
yeah.
Geronimo de Juarez. There you go.
Boom.
Make a guess. Make the guess. Yeah.
Not there.
Damn it.
Still, and I opened up Google Maps again. Get out of here. We were actually in. Oh, there's another one here.
Oh.
Are you kidding me? There's
like,
2 of them?
That's. What, market is bad now?
Well, they've got an evil twin then. And I'm pretty sure this is going to be South America yet again. God damn it.
Do you see any signs in Spanish/Portuguese?
Nope, but there's a sun and it's sort of pointing north. No, it's pointing sort of south.
No signs of the times?
No. That one's still there, though. Ooh.
Of course it is.
Is that phone numbers? Dead guys? What?
I don't know.
Fib
Maybe it's a
3.
memorial.
Odd.
Maybe it's a memorial wall.
Could be.
Of course, naturally they censor that sign. You know, that guy who put the American flag in New Zealand probably knew there was a Geoguessr game coming out. They decided, I'm going to screw with everyone here when that Google car comes past.
Either that or they were really, really, really motivated to show off what country they're from, and they were tourists.
Of course, the car doesn't want to drive into that area.
I really wouldn't want to either.
Well,
Nah.
so you're just driving along the road and you're like, turn to a side street? Yeah, right.
I
don't
ain't
wanna
get
do that.
paid enough for that.
Yeah.
Come on. Come on, little Google car. What are we getting?
And then you do 15 tons, and what do you get?
Oh, God. What language is that? Is that Taiwan? Thailand?
What kind? Is that the Taiwanese flag? Oh, that's probably it.
No.
And that's probably the language. Cambodia?
It looks like this is the language, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm saying it looks like it, but is it? Is it? Let's
Well-
try that one from that fits and looks.
Now the problem is these are probably flags. The problem is I can't.
I know, but do you know the country's flags?
Not at all.
Exactly.
And I don't think I'll ever be able to read a town name, let alone a country or something.
I vote for that guy, I suppose.
Or it's a wanted poster, like a really colourful wanted poster.
In Fiji, there's all these signs like, report all signs of government corruption.
Yeah. No, that could be
Like
both.
Google,
Vote
they
for
actually-
this
they actually-
corrupted
they-
guy.
But another thing is, on the billboards, they actually tell you to point out corruption in the government, and they want you to point it out. And
It's over there. Thanks.
that's the thing is, it's a massive tourism-based economy, so you kind of want people to you want to make sure people don't get too out of line, or the government gets too out of line and decides they want to screw with the foreigners who are giving them money.
The problem is that more often than not, tourism
Military.
attracts criminals.
Well, also it's a military. It's like it's you hear about coup d'etats in all the time in Fiji. Doesn't affect tourism though, but you do hear about where the military decides they're going to take over. Again.
I probably won't be able to read this, will I?
And the only casualties sustained from foreigners is when a helicopter crashes off the deck of a carrier.
Oh man, this isn't gonna get any better, is it? Oh, jeez. So, that's not Philippines.
We're on the Philippines.
Nah.
Must bait? What?
Where did you see that?
There you go, must bait.
Cool. Oh, and they even have a city known as Maspate
Must
City.
bait city. I wonder what people call themselves, masturbators?
Definitely. If they didn't, it's a huge missed opportunity.
It's like the island of Lesbos in Greece.
Wow. Not bad.
Wow. Wow. But like the island of Lesbos in Greece, where it's like, apparently they call themselves lesbians.
On purpose, no doubt. Well, that wasn't bad, except for the frickin' Italian one.
Yeah.
Ay.
Deceptive.
Well, I guess that means just keep on your toes a bit more than I did. Oh, that wasn't
Look at the
bad.
international date line over there. That looks weird. The international date line seemed to have changed. Last time I
Isn't
remember it. What was I saying? It looked more like a trapezoid there.
Here.
Now it looks like it's flexing its muscles.
Yeah. Probably to include some extra islands, I guess.
I'm just saying it's ripped. It's a
Yeah.
ripped date line. It's showing off. I mean, it's the international date line. I mean, it's got to show off.
We just placed it wherever we wanted it to be. Like, yep, over there.
It's got to show off for Greenwich.
Yeah.
Greenwich Meridian.
Break the controversy of needing straight lines on our map. Damn it, we're gonna make a squirrely one. And so they did.
This is weird. I mean, how many times does that intersect?
So basically, if you go from here to here, you skip over an entire week or something. Like, up, it's not Tuesday, up Wednesday again, up Tuesday, nope, Wednesday.
Oh, we crossed the equator.
So this
Bring out the
point
side
has to
costumes.
be like magical because you pass the date line and the equator.
It was Jarvis Island, so watch out for Iron Man. Or Vision.
That's gotta be
Yeah, so,
something, right? Being here.
Pacific Islands, I can't remember exactly where Numia and all that is, but I think it's somewhere not near Hawaii. It's I think look around above New Zealand
What are you looking for?
into the Pacific Islands. I could probably show you where I went on holidays on I think earlier this year or last year. Can't tell. Okay, I try around the Coral Sea to the right.
Here's Fiji.
Oh, Vanuatu. There you go. Vanuatu, New Caledonia. There you go. That's the. Yeah, I think I went there. So those three areas. It's Port Vila. I went there at the right time
Cool.
because Port Vila's now like been hit really hard by storms.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I went to New Caledonia. Numia's not a bad place. Like, although it's you've got to learn French. It's very, very French.
Well, France did colonize pretty
I know,
hefty
but
too.
I'm just saying though, it's you can just feel yourself being unwelcome unless.
Unless you speak French.
What's the thing is you just feel very unwelcome even as a tourist. Like everything's also overpriced.
But that's France for you. I mean, I went to Paris like 8 years ago or something, and I paid more for a Coke there in a restaurant than I would go pay here for an entire meal. I was like, really?
Wow.
And that's for just
Seriously,
for something to drink?
Like on the ship itself, it costs like $2 for a can of Coke. In Numia, it was like $4 for a can of Coke.
I've paid.
And that was at the restaurant directly outside where you disembark on the ship.
Well, that's for the tourist center, so of course that's where prices will be tremendously.
No, but that's the thing though, is that's what the price gouging is, and it's like, why can't you just go back on the ship and get it cheaper?
Well, I guess there's not always a ship docked.
True, but the thing is though, is the dock that cafe near the dock is not going to see much use unless there is unless a cruise ship port is being used.
Mm.
It's it's just unnecessary price gouging. Then again, actually, Numia doesn't pay a lot of tax. Like, the people don't pay taxes. They have a huge tax on products, but not on actual people.
Yeah, but I mean, you can probably just get the same in any tourist trap, really. I mean, just like
Well,
here too, in my country alone, go to a big city and you'll already pay like twice more than you would pay in any rural area for everything.
true enough. I go to Sydney and everything's like there's not like a Macca's there in the area where I work.
Hmm.
And like, well, and also the Coles Express where they don't go with discounts I have in my area, out in the suburbs.
Yeah.
You pay like $2 for 1.25 liters of drink, and then out in the suburbs it's like $2 for 2 liters.
Yeah, I mean, coastal areas are even worse at that.
I guess.
All right.
But yeah,
That's gonna do it for this one then. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you're still enjoying the series. Feel free to show support by commenting, liking, and or something if you haven't already. Thank you, Styles RJ, for being here once more.
no problems.
And I'll see you guys all in the next episode. Bye, everyone.